Alicia Keys back in the UK, brand new album. Congratulations on it.
Thank you.
The Element of Freedom.
Thank you.
And we're backstage at the world famous Maidavale studio. You're about to go on and do a set for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, congratulations. How's it been, the journey from the last album, As I Am, to releasing this one?
Oh, it's been an incredible journey. I mean, I think the last album really was the beginning of me finding my wings and finding my ability to really discover that life is really what you make it. It's what you want it to be. And you have to really structure it to be the way you want it to be. So that was the beginning of As I Am. And now with the Element of Freedom, I've definitely been able to just take that even farther and find a place musically, creatively, and personally to really just be free to express myself in many ways.
I was going to ask you, because, I mean, you've won 12 Grammys, is it? 12, 5, 4 and 3 for the albums that you've done so far. I mean, do you feel that you can pretty much do anything on a record now? I mean, like, is that the freedom that you're talking about with the title?
Well, you know, I'm talking about the ability to just express myself in any way. Like, I think the biggest thing with artists is that you become known for a certain style or a certain, you know, thing that you do. And then people tend to expect you to only do that thing. So for me, it's really, I love so many different styles of music, and I can play so many different styles of music that I like to express all of them. So for this particular record, I really just found that I was able to do that and go into new sounds and new places and new melodies and new ways to write and the whole thing.
I want to talk to you about the album, of course. Some of the tracks on there, amazing album, really
Thank
lovely
you.
piece of work, by the way.
You.
But, you know, I just want to sort of get the people listening, the people watching, to know a little bit about Alicia Keys. I mean, how did you know? When did you first feel that you was going to be this artist? Classically trained as well. Yeah.
When did I first know that I was going to be an artist, or that I wanted to be?
That you wanted to be an artist. You wanted to be, you know, big out there, famous. You wanted to perform.
I knew from the minute that I was 4 years old.
Wow, that early.
Yeah, and I just had my first performance was when I was 4, and I was very, very nervous. I was very scared, especially because I was performing in front of all of my friends, and but that feeling that it felt to be performing was just so phenomenal that I really knew. I fell in love with it at that moment, and I knew that was for me, that it was for me. And then from there, I started to learn how to play piano, and I studied classical, and things just started developing so that music and piano and vocals and singing and writing started to become a part of what I did.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Sort of.
So what is the process for you when you go into a studio? I was just watching you rehearse. Absolutely amazing. You've got complete control of your band. When you're sort of being creative in the studio, is it the piano or is it the vocals that come first? How do you go about making your music?
Well, it depends. I mean, it starts in a lot of different ways. I might just start at home, you know, with my piano and just starting to write different ideas, or I might go into the studio and create right there on the spot on that day, or I might have like a title that these words that I feel like, or a sentiment that I really want to put together, and it's just words, you know, and then from there, what do those words feel like? Like the sea on the album came together like that. It was these words, love is like the sea, and this concept of the fact that the way that the water is, the way that the sea is like love, you know, it rises high, the tide drops low, it pulls you in, it takes you under, like all these things, and I was like, whoa, so blown away with that concept that I went to the studio with those words in mind, but I was like, what does the sea sound like? Like, what does the water sound like? So it happens in tons of different ways, but it's always from some type of inspiration. There's no
set thing. Do you have any kind of rituals or anything? Do you have to make sure that you're full? Do you eat before you go in and make sure everything's cool, or can it just be at any time, like literally just off the cuff?
Yeah, I mean, I just have things that I like. Like, I like my studio to smell good, so there's certain scents that I
No
like.
No musky men beforehand going in there then?
Yeah, I just like it. I like to be a certain vibe. I like the lights to be kind of a certain level, because I just find that when you're creating, the more comfortable you are. If you're comfortable, then you can do anything. But if you're uncomfortable or you feel in any way, you know, inhibited, then you don't get the best out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to be full too.
Yeah, you have to be. So the Element of Freedom. What's your favourite track on the album?
That is really tough to ask. You know, the album is I love all the songs on the album, which is why they made it. Because if I didn't love them or they weren't 100% something, then they didn't make it on the album. But
go on at a push.
That's a tough one. It's really, they all mean something different to me. I definitely love Love Is Blind. I love the way that just knocks and feels, and it's soulful, but it's still heavy, and it's, you know, almost like ethereal, because you don't even know, like, is that even my voice or not? I love that. I love Wait Till You See My Smile, which is like, has almost like just a more expansive, I don't know, some people have said it sounds like Journey or something. I love Try Sleeping With a Broken Heart, which is just like BDP meets, you know, Prince and classical piano. And I love How It Feels to Fly, which is at the end, and the way that just, you know, what that's saying, like take the risk to see where you're going and where you want to go. I love all of
You love
the
it as a
songs.
piece of
I
work,
love
then,
it.
basically.
Exactly.
Can I ask you about one track that I've heard you on it? I've heard you doing the record, but it's not on the album, and I'm just wondering why.
Which one?
Is it a track called Dreaming?
Oh, yeah, y'all got
Talk to me about that record.
That's why.
Because that's an amazing record. Why isn't it on the album?
That I have to say is one of my favorites. That's a favorite. That's an underground favorite.
That's
It is.
It's an incredible
It's an
record.
underground
So
favorite.
why not on the album?
Well, what happens is, you know, it's crazy because now there's so many different versions of a record that I think it's kind of fun, honestly. Like, so the UK got Dreamin' on the single for Doesn't Mean Anything, but no one else got Dreamin'.
Right.
So there's people in Japan, there's people in America, they maybe have heard it, but they can't find it, which
Right,
I think
exactly.
is fly. And then there's songs that I put on, like the deluxe version, that's only on the deluxe version, and that's it. There's songs that were on a version for Target that just on that, you know. So it's kind of hot because you have to search for these songs, and they're all really good.
It's an amazing record.
Dreamin', I love it too. I might have to play that for you one day.
Seriously, it'd be
Yeah.
lovely if you could perform that for real.
Thank you.
And that just gives you an idea of how good the album, how amazing the album is. Because for a record like that not to have gone on there, crazy. I just want to ask you, because it's your birthday on the 25th of
Yeah.
January. You're an Aquarian, right? Mm-hmm. Same as me.
Ah, you're cool
Yeah,
then.
17th of February,
You're
girl.
cool.
So I know, you know,
Exactly.
we're there. How are you going to be celebrating that?
Well, I'm very excited about my birthday, and I definitely am going to be having a great time with people that I love. I'm going someplace hot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get tan. But I'm definitely going to have like just a moment to really reflect on the year that's passed and the year that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an incredible year. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you, because you're good at so many things, writing, singing, producing. Is there anything that you're not good at? Is there like cooking? Do you burn anything at home in the kitchen?
No, I'm a good cook.
Are you a good cook as well?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah, I can't draw.
You can't draw?
I
Okay.
want to be able to draw too. I would love to be able to. I could probably throw paint on a, you know what I mean? Which
Sort
could
of
very
abstract.
well be like
Abstract
very
art, yeah.
impressive art, but I can't do that.
Okay, so Alicia Keys can't draw or paint. All right. That's really interesting to know. I really want to, the last thing before you go and perform for everybody in the studio, your charity, is it, Text Alive and stuff like that. I just want to talk to you about that. Just tell us about what you're doing and how people can get involved.
Yes, Keep a Child Alive is my organization, and we provide the medicine for children and families who have AIDS and wouldn't be able to afford it. Places like Africa, and now we're moving into India as well. And I'm really proud of all that we've been able to do. We've been able to really help to obviously get the medicine to people, but with medicine you also need food, so we've been able to get nourishment to people. We've also been able to build clinics and pediatric wings in hospitals. We've been able to build orphanages for the kids that have lost their parents due to the disease. And you know, there's a lot of things that come along with the AIDS pandemic, so we've really been able to help a lot of people, and to date we served 250,000 people in one way or another.
Fantastic.
And I'm really proud of it, and it's incredible, and it really is about the people, and it goes on every day, and this is something that I'm very passionate about. So you can definitely go to keepachildalive.org for more info. You can also text the word ALIVE. It's a different number in Europe, so I don't want to say the wrong number.
I was going to ask you if you can do that from anywhere in Europe. Or...
You can. So I would just say go on to the website to find out how in Europe you can also text and be a part of a movement every day. So keepachildalive.org.
Absolutely amazing, Alicia Keys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good luck with the album and everything. And go and smash it out there.
All right.
Absolutely.
Take
thank
care.
you. God bless. Cheers.